Welcome back to our cinematic journey. Today we'll dive into the high-octane action thriller Gemini Man from 2019, directed by Ang Lee and starring Will Smith in a dual role. This visually groundbreaking film explores the intense confrontation between a government assassin and a younger clone of himself. Using cutting-edge de-aging technology, the movie delivers a unique blend of mind-bending action, psychological complexity, and deeply emotional themes about identity and the consequences of past decisions. Before we get into the detailed plot breakdown, here are 10 fascinating facts about the film, including its box office performance. But before we go any further, please be so kind and subscribe to our channel to continue receiving our videos. The Academy Award-winning director behind films like Life of Pi and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Ang Lee once again pushed the boundaries of technology and storytelling with Gemini Man. Will Smith plays both Henry Brogan, an aging government assassin, and his 25-year-old clone, Junior. The younger version of Smith was brought to life using cutting-edge de-aging CGI technology. Gemini Man was one of the first films to use 120 frames per second, FPS, compared to the usual 24 FPS, creating hyper-realistic action sequences and smoother visuals, though it sparked debates about the viewing experience. The idea for Gemini Man was first conceived in 1997, but due to the complexity of the visual effects required, it took over 20 years for technology to catch up to the filmmaker's vision. The film grossed $173 million worldwide, but its high production costs, around $138 million, and marketing expenses meant that it didn't achieve blockbuster success. The film sparked discussions on the ethics and potential of digital de-aging, raising questions about how the technology might change the future of filmmaking and actor performances. The use of 120 FPS and 3D technology was a bold move, offering incredibly realistic visuals, but some viewers found the hyperclarity distracting, with only a few theaters equipped to fully display it. Despite the heavy use of CGI, many of the film's action sequences, including high-speed chases and fights, were done with practical effects and stunts, adding to the visceral feel of the action. Beyond the high-tech visuals, Gemini Man dives deep into the emotional and moral complexities of cloning, identity, and what it means to face a younger version of yourself. The younger Junior character wasn't simply a de-aged version of Will Smith. Instead, a fully digital character was created using motion capture, making Junior a unique fusion of performance and digital effects. Gemini Man follows Henry Brogan, Will Smith, a highly skilled and seasoned assassin working for the Defense Intelligence Agency, DIA. After a long career of executing precision-targeted kills, Henry is beginning to show signs of fatigue and inner conflict. At the age of 51, he feels haunted by the countless lives he has taken, and his most recent mission, a sniper assassination of a terrorist on a moving train, leaves him unsettled. The operation was successful, but Henry later learns that the target was not the criminal they thought, but an innocent man. This revelation shakes Henry, making him question his role as a government-sanctioned killer. Disillusioned and longing for peace, Henry retires from his career in the DIA and retreats to a quieter life on the coast of Georgia, seeking to distance himself from the violence that has defined his existence. But peace does not last long. Henry soon discovers that his former employers are not willing to let him go so easily. Henry's former bosses at the DIA, especially Clive Owen, the head of a covert organization called Gemini, view Henry as a loose end. Varys, who runs Gemini as a privatized military contractor, sees Henry's retirement and growing moral concerns as a threat to their operations, knowing too much about the agency's darkest secrets. Varys decides to eliminate Henry by sending a highly skilled operative after him. What Henry doesn't realize at first is that this elite assassin is none other than Junior, a 25-year-old clone of himself. Junior is a near-perfect replica of Henry in his prime, created through genetic engineering by Varys to be the ultimate soldier, devoid of the emotional and moral dilemmas that now plague the older Henry. As Henry is hunted down, he is joined by Danny Zakoweski, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, an undercover agent assigned to watch him. After several intense encounters and near-death experiences, including a fierce motorcycle chase through the streets of Cartagena, Colombia, Henry begins to notice something eerily familiar about the person trying to kill him. In a brutal confrontation, Henry finally faces his pursuer and is shocked to discover that he's being hunted by a younger version of himself, Junior. This realization sends Henry into a spiral of confusion and self-reflection. How can someone so similar to him in both physicality and skill exist? As the story progresses, the film dives deeper into the emotional and psychological tension between Henry and Junior. While Henry is weary of his past and grappling with the choices he's made, Junior represents the man Henry used to be: focused, lethal, and without emotional baggage. Yet, Junior's naivety about the world becomes evident as he learns the truth about his origins. In one of the most emotionally charged sequences, Henry confronts Junior about the life he could have had. He warns Junior about the pain that comes with living as a weapon, the nightmares of every kill, and the eventual regret that will weigh on his soul. For Junior, this marks the beginning of an identity crisis. He realizes that he has been manipulated by Varys his entire life, trained to be a tool of destruction, and denied the chance to live as a normal human being. Despite their initial antagonism, Henry and Junior form an uneasy alliance as they turn their sights on Varys and Gemini. Alongside Danny and Henry's trusted ally Baron, Benedict Wong, they uncover Varys's plan to create an entire army of enhanced clones like Junior. Varys's twisted vision of the future involves eliminating emotional weakness from soldiers, turning them into perfect killing machines, much like Junior. Varys, however, insists that what he has done is for the greater good. He believes that Junior is an improvement over Henry, a version without doubt, fear, or emotional vulnerability. In one of the film's key moments, Varys reveals the depth of his control over Junior's life, explaining that every emotion Junior feels has been manipulated to keep him loyal. The climax comes when Henry, Junior, and Danny break into Gemini's secret facility, battling clones and mercenaries. In a final confrontation with Varys, Junior must decide where his loyalty lies, whether to stay loyal to the man who created him or side with Henry, the man who could have been his future. The film builds to an intense and emotional finale as Henry and Junior face off against Varys. In a heart-wrenching moment, Junior finally breaks free of Varys's influence, rejecting the life that had been forced upon him. Henry, who now sees Junior as the son he never had, helps guide him toward making his own choices. In a fitting conclusion, Junior kills Varys, putting an end to Gemini's clone program. But the victory is bittersweet. Junior is left grappling with the knowledge of his creation, unsure of what his future holds now that he has the freedom to forge his own path. The final scenes show Junior attending college under the name Jackson Brogan, trying to live a normal life. Henry and Danny visit him, giving him advice and support as he embarks on a journey to discover his own identity. Henry, though older and battle-scarred, finds peace in knowing that his younger self, in the form of Junior, will have the chance to live a life unburdened by the regrets and traumas of his past. Gemini Man is a visually stunning action thriller that not only showcases groundbreaking special effects, but also delves into the moral and psychological consequences of cloning and genetic manipulation. Will Smith delivers a powerful dual performance, portraying both the weathered, guilt-ridden Henry and the youthful, conflicted Junior with incredible nuance. The film explores themes of identity, agency, and the consequences of one's actions, while also delivering thrilling action sequences that keep audiences on the edge of their seats. While Gemini Man didn't break records at the box office, it left a lasting impression for its pioneering use of technology and its exploration of the human experience in the face of scientific advancement. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Gemini Man, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exciting cinematic explorations. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and remember, sometimes the greatest battle we face is with ourselves. See you in the next video.